Welcome to my Pilates beginner series. So today we are going to learn about relaxation position, which is lying on our backs with 4 of my favorite exercises for warming up our spine and our hips. You are going to love it. If you want to hear more about my beginner course, where it's a fully supported online beginner course, check out the links in bio. All you need for this is a head cushion. I'll show you again how you need it just to keep your head in line and somewhere nice and comfortable and quiet to practice. Let's go. Hey, welcome back. I'm Carrie. I specialize in helping midlife men and women stay strong, balanced, so your body doesn't hold you back from the sports and activities you love. So let's get moving. So today we are going to do relaxation position, which is, to be honest, it's a really bad name because it sounds like you're supposed to be relaxing, but let me tell you, it means you're about to work really hard. So relaxation position is with your feet hip distance apart, meaning that's the hip bones, not the outside of the hips. We're not talking here. And then you have your knees bent. Your pelvis, we'll come back to, is in neutral. And then your head is in line with the spine. So if you can see, I've got a ponytail in. So if you don't have a head cushion and you're kind of looking up behind you and you're tipping, that is how you know you need a head cushion, because you want your head in line with the spine. So you're looking straight up, arms are down by your side. This is your relaxation position, okay? First, we're going to do spine curls. So before we do a spine curl, let's understand a pelvic tilt. So like learning to engage your core is a whole other video, but we're going to just draw in our belly, and then we're going to imprint our low back into the mat. So push the low back in, and then gently we're going to tilt the pelvis so you have a little extra space. Listen to your low back, particularly if you have low back issues like a prolapse disc. So these are pelvic tilts, and now we're going to continue on up the spine. So draw the belly in. Good. Imprint the low back. And now push evenly through your feet, keeping that pelvis tucked. Bring the hips all the way up. So here I'm in alignment. This is my ribs in extension. You want to keep your ribs down, firing the glutes so you fully open up the hips and the quads. Your inner thighs are active, so you're not hanging out like this. So you have a really strong midline. This is the top of your spine curl. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to reverse it. So as you reverse it, I'm going to lift my arms so you can see my spine. I'm going to tuck my pelvis under, like I had a tail, I was bringing it up. So I can get down through that low back. And then a neutral pelvis is when you have that gentle low back curve that you naturally do. Ready? Let's do one with the breath. Take a breath in to prepare. Breathing out, imprint your low back. My core is engaged, drawing that belly in, sequentially peeling my spine up. Take a breath in here, making sure the ribs are down, inner thighs are active. Breathing out, reverse it down, tuck that pelvis to roll through the low back. It's glorious. And into neutral. Amazing. So that's a sneaky pelvic tilt into a spine curl. Our second exercise, ready? Glute bridges. So you may have done these in other classes. Glute bridges, is a fantastic way to work the glutes and to make sure that you know what your alignment is in the top of your spine curl. So have your feet a little closer to your bum. That will eliminate your hamstrings going into an immediate cramp. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, send the glutes all the way up. Again, ribs are down, inner thighs are active, just like your spine curl. Your shoulders are wide, collarbone wide, arms are engaged with the mat. Breathing in to slowly lower it down. Feel all those muscles trying to stabilize as you do that. Breathing out, power up. Find that alignment, ribs down, knees kind of lengthened away from you. Breathing in to come down. Good. 2 more. Breathing out. And in. Last one. Breathing out. See, everything is staying really stable and good alignment. Breathing in. And that is your glute bridge. That was exercise number 2. Next, we're going to do a hip roll. So bring your knees together, feet together. I'm going to just shift a little bit so you can see knees together, feet together, arms into a low V. So a hip roll is to mobilize the lower spine. And we do that by rotating underneath the ribs, from the ribs down, but we want to keep this in alignment. So everything is together. You're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, keep your feet stacked, like don't let them move, and just rotate from under the ribs. You need to lengthen that top hip down to really feel it. Leave that opposite shoulder down on the ground. Otherwise, you're just rolling over. Okay, you're not going to get a stretch. And then think about the ribs here and the bottom knee to bring you back up to center. Breath in, breathing out, going down. Everything's together. Lengthen the top hip, anchor the opposite shoulder, breathing in. Obliques will help you come back. One more on each side. Breathing out. So the reason the breath is really important in this one, you can't take you can't inhale, inflate your lungs, and then try to rotate them, right? You can't twist them. Everything with rotation, you have to breathe out as you rotate. Good. Coming into center. So those 3 exercises alone, when my back flares up, because I do have a prolapsed disc, I do them, well, to be honest, I do them almost every day, all of those exercises. They're wonderful. Finally, I just wanted to touch on pelvic stability because it's such an important part of Pilates, and it's another principle I just wanted to give you a little taster of. So most important is that in your relaxation position, you're in neutral. So you have that gentle space behind the low back. It should be a very comfortable position. There should be no back pain in relaxation position. So pelvic stability, you need to understand to engage that lower core. You're going to pretend you can draw your hip bones together. You can't, of course you can't move your hip bones, I know. But if you just draw the belly in, but then imagine you're trying to get your hip bones to come in, about that much in from inside of your hip bones. If you put your fingers there, you should feel the muscles contract. And that is the lower part of the core. And that is going to help to keep our legs and lower part of our body stable. That's what we're working on. We're going to use our breath again. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, engage that lower core. You're going to send the left leg slowly out to the side. Just a few inches. Don't let that pelvis move. Breathing in to draw it back to center. I'm going to move my mat again, just so you can see a little better. Breathing out the other side. So I'm engaging that lower core. I'm sending the other knee away. You can't see that at all. Breathing in to come back. Good. Breathing out. Engage. So put those fingers there, and you want to feel these muscles working, but you don't want to feel the weight of the pelvis from behind you to shift. So I don't want to be rolling. This should all be stable, and I can just challenge the stability of the pelvis by sending one knee gently out to the side. And that is a very quick recap. And if it's confusing, I'm telling you, it's a principle that takes a little bit of time, maybe 1 or 2 weeks of good practice to totally get your head around. And that, we're going to roll over onto our sides. You guys, not my friends, is the relaxation position in Pilates. So we started with pelvic tilts, then we did spine curls where we articulated the spine. Brilliant for releasing all of the spine. And then we did glute bridges, which is a glute strengthening exercise. Also challenges your alignment at the top. Hip rolls. Oh, I love hip rolls because of my back. And that is a great way to release your low back. And again, to understand rotation from the lower half of your body. And then we finished with knee openings, which is understanding the principles of stabilization, pelvic stability. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me have any comments. And again, if you want to learn more about Pilates and principles, this is my thing. And I would love to have you on our monthly calls where we go through all of the different aspects that you are learning in your course, answer questions, and just connect. I am here for you as you're learning online. You're not left to your own devices. Until then, I hope you enjoy the rest of the series. Take care. Bye.